the Diggy right here really journey of the reverse time catch. PH there.
Doofin, yeah, that's the thing with Doofin. You know, I think he's been having this problem for a couple weeks now. It's been the positioning from Doofin for me that has been really the issue.
I agree. There was a time that it's up against Granger and Dupin at the top lane. So that's Zapno and Dupin. He
he was completely zoned out by Execration altogether because EVOS-PH had to juggle. Who do we want to protect? Are we going to be protecting Doofin? Are we going to be protecting Haji? Doofin was giving a lot of damage, but he was dying on left and right. Haji hasn't died yet because Execration knows that they can't go for the kites, but they chose to go for Doofin.
You know, I'll be honest. This should have been EVOS' game, actually. This definitely should have been an EVOS win. But the problem is that actually, had I known that Doofin was going to be playing Gushan and not Haji, I would have changed my vote.
There's no turning back, though.
I know there's no turning back, but I'm just saying, had that happened, God.
No, it's just that. Well, in my opinion, from that game, it's the Granger. There's no way that they can catch the Granger.
Yeah,
From the 8-minute mark, going to the 8-minute mark, there's completely no way
they
can
did have that one Kaja.
Yeah, but if he went in, there's really no way that he can go out after that.
They got that one Kaja, but then there's that one Minotaur.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's also what I want to point out. If I were to pick an MVP, Chaknu.
Yeah,
I think we all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty evident that every single Minoan Fury was perfect and ridiculously good every single time. His patience, his trigger discipline to know when to use it. It's amazing.
I'm just saying, that's one from my textbook. Pour that right off my text.
No one cares about their Minotaur.
Nomad.
Hey.
Nomad.
Hey. My Minotaur's good.
Well. Your Franco is better.
Exactly.
Yeah, too bad nobody cares.
Well, maybe after this we'll just try to play it out and then not let just try to join.
It's okay. I got to mythic on my own. Yeah, we'll do that. But anyway, let's talk about the third game. Yeah, on my own. It's solo queue. Check my history. But anyway, let's talk about the game number 3. No duos.
Game number 3.
Game number 3. What was I going to say? Game number 3. How do you think this is going to go? Both teams have just shifted momentum. It's been crazy. Back and forth, back and forth. Who has the edge now? I'd say, sure, maybe Execration, but not by that much. Let's face it. EVOS is looking like a better team on paper and through and overall. The problem is they're making such crucial mistakes. How do you think they can avoid this?
I think the roles. On how they designate the roles, I think. Again, if we all know that Dupin is one of the is the Gushan gods, but I think the roles, they need to designate the roles properly.
Yeah. Anyway, in the meantime, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be starting with game number 3. So don't go anywhere. More Mobile Legends Bang Bang action on Season 4 will be coming your way. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Let's play together. Victory is home. You have slain an enemy. Godlike. Mega kill. You have slain an enemy. Double kill. They're coming. Legendary. Our turret is legendary. Double kill.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
番だよ。
The dance of the swans is so graceful and charming.
Triple kill. Legendary. Double kill. Triple kill.
Don't ask me what I know with this.
Godlike. Double kill.
Have you ever seen the
Legendary. Triple kill.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出ておいで、僕の炎。
俺一人で十分だ。
いずれみんな死ぬんですよ。出番だよ。
やるぞ。
引くよ。Double kill. Impossible. 出ておいで、僕の炎。はい、死んでください。Legendary.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
go forward in advance, is going to be the top place or in the league or the bottom? I can't believe I'm asking this question. What do you think about the series we have on our hands, gentlemen?
Well, I think it was a really interesting match. It was 1-1. Well, I think the matching or the bracket doesn't really matter on this part of the match right here. They're quite even. I think it's just the prior adjustments when it comes to roles and heroes. I think that will be the edge of the winner right there.
It's gonna boil down to whoever is gonna draft smart in this game. Both of these teams have coaches, but I feel like this might be an execration game. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm going to look at it in a different way. I feel like it's Execration capitalizing on the advantages that they have in the early game. It's not EVOS choking, it's just Execration coming out on top of that.
I think for that one they don't have any answer for that Granger. Again, it's all about the on how they will approach that fight, how they will catch that Granger out.
I don't know, man, but they had all the tools. Think about it. They had the Gushin who could have bursted him down, who was pretty strong. They had the Kaja who was able to get those picks if he needed to. And given those opportunities, they still missed their chances on that Granger. So for me, it was more of a problem for EVOS than it was for Execration. I feel like Execration just took an opportunity that wasn't really that hard to take, honestly, in the first place. And that Lord take.
Yep.
That for me was the sign that it was really a giveaway from EVOS, because taking the Lord in such a very shady time, very shady position. What's up with that? Right?
I think it was forced out, completely forced out.
So that's why it kind of helped me think that was good for Robert. But in any case, what about you guys? Of course, in the comment section, let us know. Of course, I'm Illustrato. Joining me today on the desk is TDZ and Nomad-PH. We've had an amazing couple of games before us. EVOS with a stomp in the first one, and Execration turning it around in the second one. You know what it does seem like? It does seem like Execration are slowly warming up.
They really are warming up a bit here. And I feel like if Execration can get their groove in set and not, the break that we had not affect their momentum, I'm confident to say it's going to be an Execration series.
Me, I want to see the draft. I'm heavily relying on the draft right here because, again, all individuals are really good on their own. But, yeah, draft really tells a lot on that one. But we will see that later on.
Definitely we'll see a lot more about that later on. But what about you guys in chat? Let us know who you want to win this next match. Now let's talk about the standout players here. One big question mark coming in from the game 1 to game 2 transition was Haji shifting to Kimi from that cushion. I mean, if you're feeling hot on that cushion, stay on it, man. I don't know why he gave it to Dupin. He did have a lot of big questionable positional plays.
Yeah, I really do agree because there was a lot of times that he's getting caught out on a very unconventional way. There was supposed to be at least, he should be the one spiriting out people. But then again, he's always getting caught out. The power spike's not there. They had the momentum, but they don't have enough damage. They had the opportunity, but they did not take it.
I honestly feel it's also about them not prioritizing who to protect, because they were trying to protect Dufin at all costs because they know that Kimi is untouchable there. But if they focus their attention on Kimi more and just focus on objectives, it could be a completely different story.
I agree. They tried to get a lot of kills, and then Dupin honestly couldn't get the job done at some point. He did have a lot of slip-ups. Dupin, an amazing player, he is. I feel like if you focus too much on the Gushin, he should be sort of a little bit like a mercenary, That's what I feel like. He should be like a little bit of a mercenary who's able to rotate around, make some kills, make some calls on his own, be a little bit more independent from his team. I feel like that's a good play, going from the mid game to the late game and supporting that Kimi a little bit more. It's the complete opposite of the early game when you want to baby the Gushin. So in the early game, that's when you want to baby the Gushin. That's not what we saw. We saw basically a little bit of the opposite here. And very questionable. But let's talk about a little bit of the draft. How do you feel both of these teams have drafted? We saw the Kimi combination. It almost worked out. And previously in the game before that, the weird tank lineup. We're starting to see a little bit more different metas, but not too different.
Yeah, I guess it's all about the. They went for a Kimi mage killer, but there was no opportunity. Kimi did not take that advantage to push out the other lanes or at least take down all the towers. Because if you really want to go for that Kimi mage killer, you need to take down all the structures as soon as possible.
Your team is picking.
Oh. Once again, they're going to try to go for the objective push here. Probably going to do it right this time around compared to how they played during game number 2. Second pick is going to be Execration. They're hovering over Esmeralda here, which is not a bad pick. And a Harris.
Oh, a Harris. Every single hero, this is... ever since that I've started the game, or ever since that this Harris has been released, I've never missed a ban for this hero right there.
It's... right now, as it speaks, Execration is currently at 100% win rate on Harith. But it's just week number 2. So that's not much to talk about. But still, that's still 100%. That still says that Harith is still a viable choice for Execration.
Your team is picking. Rock. Your team is banning.
I agree. Again, his power spike for Execration is really strong right now. All their ultimates, low cooldowns, falling star moon, plus again the Chaknu, the Grok of Chaknu is now on play right here.
Your
On his
team
Minotaur.
is banning.
Dude, if you really want to play out, or if there's a pseudo name for Grok, that should be Chaknu.
Groknu?
Groknu? Let's make it happen.
Alright, here's the thing though. We're seeing the Grok being picked up. Yes, that's a big deal. That already is going to dictate that Execration wants to go for the early invades, and they have
Your team is
invades
picking.
all day. I mean,
Okay. Well, it really impacts a lot.
Everybody gets invade.
Oh my goodness. But I guess the play of Execration right here, they will go hyper aggressive. Just like EVOS PH did earlier for game 1. Rafaela? Once they hit level 4, for sure Execration will go all out.
That's an SS.
Estes. The sustainability, one of the best sustainable hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that.
I'll take that. The best sustain.
Yep.
Hey, let's go on a trip. That's what Skim is gonna do. A quad.
Oh,
that's gonna be a quad.
Zapnu. Okay.
I think it's not a Zapnu quad.
No. For sure they will swap it out.
I think
Oh, hold on. I'm not seeing an option there that they will swap it out. But if that will happen,
that's gonna be change-ups.
Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about EVOS now. How do you feel about their draft? Let's go into quick predictions really quick.
Execration.
I'll go with Execration.
Any reason why? We have time.
Execration because Execration. It's Execration wanting to maintain their top spot. That's basically it.
Mm-hmm. I'll go with Execration. Groknu on play. Plus the Claude and Claude with Zap. Even though if it's not Zapnu who's going to control Claude, it's still Claude. Yep. Oh, now he's the one who's playing it out, man.
Somebody's gonna go Zero and say that's what's gonna happen.
Let's go ahead and introduce our players playing into the blue side. We have EVOS-PH, we have Killer on the Martis, Dexter now playing the Estes, Dupin on Discussion, Honda on the Minotaur, and Haji playing the Kimi.
And on the red side, we got Execration with Bakbet on that Harith, May on that Esmeralda, Chaknu on that Groknu, Syre on that Rafaela, and Zapnu on that Claudia. Well, that's happening over at the top lane. A bit of an invade happening here for EVOS-PH, just like what we've been talking about. Invades, it's something that Execration wants to do, and EVOS-PH is denying them that.
Oh my! I told you so!
Objectives is the name of the game for Execration here, without a doubt. Yeah, because in the previous game, Execration was playing...
Oh, Dexter got caught out! He was forced to use his flicker.
And they're going to take down this top turret 2 minutes into the game.
I told you so.
A minute and 22 seconds into the game. No, that's not happening today.
Back.
And they're going in for the aggression still.
Okay, they will hit this level 4 before taking down this tier 2 turret. They can't afford to at least give a lot of space for these Martis here, but they will transition into the middle lane. 5-man group up from Execration. At least nice wall right there from Chapnu, stopping any kind of aggression, or at least try to trap him out inside the tier 1 turret.
Turtle resurrecting soon.
Yeah, that's the same gameplay that they're going in for. The Zama Force is going to be committed there onto Haji, but no follow through. The slow is not enough because they're not fast enough here for Execration.
First blood.
Oh, Zapna died. The rage. Oh, the rage.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh my goodness, again, the sustainability from the Estes giving a lot of life for the side of EVOS-PH. Again, my goodness, EVOS not giving any opportunity. Oh, do you think that you're just the one who can play aggressively? We can play aggressively as well. As you can see, even Killer cutting out their waves into the top lane.
I mean, looking at how EVOS-PH is playing this, they're finally focusing on Haji here. Because Haji is the primary damage dealer in order to take objectives. And right now they're taking advantage of everything. Killer able to take down Zapnu there, and the BMI is not going to be enough to save you, Zapnu. Rage is enough.
Yeah, even May right here is just trying to farm and trying to get that power spike that she needs to at least join the fight. But looking at the current scenario right here, it's just a very small skirmish trying to test up the waters if they can take out the squad of EVOS right here. But Syric getting caught out, but he's way too fast. He also have the sustainability, so there will be no kind of engagement inside of EVOS-PH. But this might be a sandwich though. May trying to charge up his but he just used it into the blue right here. He just needs to get that a little bit. Yep, for sure.
It's a bit of a cha-cha here for EVOS-PH and Execration. It's a bit of a dance, so to speak. Both of these teams are looking for opportunities to go for the team fights, but at the same time, they're backing off because they don't want to give away any easy kills to each other.
Turtle resurrecting soon.
Oh my god.
Of course you know all about taking your bro to the prom.
Oh, alright. And with that, with all the boys cool right there, the Gushin will be the ones going to take down the Turtle Lord. So this is really essential for EVOS-PH to get that momentum advantage from Execration. But the problem is they need to catch up Macbeth. Macbeth will be caught out again. The Shadow Blade slaughtered, but Taji still will be the ones going to secure that kill. But the damage still not there though. They're trying to take down the tier 1 turret into the bottom lane, but Dexter taking out another one. And Chakno getting that revenge kill. Estes will go down, but Dufin getting that kill, but Honda with the stomp taking him down. The 3-4-1 exchange still in favor of EVOS-PH. And looking at net worth, ladies and gentlemen, almost 4K net worth lead, but Zapnu getting getting his farm uncontestedly. So that's why Killer will go and transition into the top lane. Oh, the damage! Oh my goodness!
Here's what's happening here. They're protecting Haji at all costs. Haji's not going solo in the lane. They're going in as a 3-man unit. And because of that, they're able to secure objectives and they're able to funnel out all the gold towards Haji, which he badly needs. And at the same time, Execration is going to go for a quick trade here. Not going to be a good trade though.
Oh. He's on a roll. Oh my goodness. Oh, Zaman Force.
1-star move. All the pellets.
Turtle resurrecting soon.
Claude finally has his Demon Hunter sword. Now he's going to be going for the golden staff here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is really bad because at around 7 minutes 30 seconds you just need you need to have at least a golden staff on top of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's not really working out fine side of Execration here. 8-1, ladies and gentlemen. It's just 7-minute mark, so we have an average of at least 1 kill per minute. But the thing is, EVOS really getting their the momentum that they need for them to at least apply a lot of aggression on the side of Execration, which as you can see, even May using his falling Stormwind defensively, trying to run away from that fight. That's a very bad sign.
No, they're going to have to defend this Execration because this tier 2 turret is the last bastion of hope for them. As soon as this tier 2 turret goes down, EVOS-PH will be controlling the game altogether, and Execration badly needs to grab a hold of the reins once again.
Yep, but looking at this positioning here, Execration really having a difficult time. Even Chaknu is on the top lane trying to push out this lane up. But the problem is, without the tank, how can you contest or how can you even defend this tier 2 turret?
Oh, there goes the jump in. And there goes the Minoan Fury. Got canceled, but still, that's going to be one down on the side of Execration. Zappy's going to be chased!
Oh,
and it's going to be
another
Haji
one!
going for another kill!
Oh my goodness, that's the third one in a row. 3 strikes in a row for Haji. Ladies and gentlemen, 5-0-3. Level 12 for both cores of EVOS-PH. And you need to keep in mind that Killer is just not winning that fight as well.
Monster kill. Lord resurrecting soon.
All the heals are coming in from Dexter right now.
Again, oh my goodness, the scripture of that blessing Moon God is really strong, really helping a lot when it comes to sustaining the momentum the side of EVOS-PH. But Chaknu might caught out right here. Wild Charge will be committed, but Killer, Decimation, ripping away, just dissolving this Graknu right now. 24 seconds on the sidelines. Oh my goodness, 12-2.
Look at this. Haji is just going to solo the Lord.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there goes another Minoan Fury. That's a 3-man Minoan Fury. Got canceled in May. Right now, he's going to go for the event. The Zomforce is going to be committed. Killer is finally going to go down. Godlike for Kimmy, though. That's going to be a huge problem. And Execration is in a bad spot here. It's a 2v4. It's Claude and Grok. Chaknu doing whatever he can to just delay the inevitable. But Dexter is just going to heal everybody up. Honda is going to be committing the jump over the wall. Going to delay all the creeps. Minutes for pushing in.
Oh my.
of course, Ilustrado.
You know what? That's the reason why he's so pumped up.
That,
You got a point. You got a point.
Of course, that's why he's so hyper, because he finally got a point. We're all tied here.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Everybody gets one. That's
Everybody gets
basically it.
one. Not bad, not bad. But still, EVOS-PH Estes. A lot of healing that's been provided for his team right there, sustaining, preventing any other kills on the side of Execration there. That was really spectacular. Ah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I think that's one factor that EVOS-PH were able to capitalize. They're able to hold down Claude. And you mentioned earlier, they need to prioritize those heroes that they need to burst out. They control the Claude.
I have a feeling it's because of that aggressive tier 1 push that they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Because they weren't level 4. As soon as they rotated back to the level game, to the middle lane, level game, where did that come from? As soon as they went back into the middle lane, the rest of EVOS was already going to level 4. So that's an advantage. Sure, they didn't capitalize on that advantage, but it's still something that slowly edged them out against Execration.
Yeah. Again, they got control. That's the main thing. Yep.
I'll be honest here. Execration on paper's their draft on paper looks really promising. They weren't hyper aggressive during the tier 1 push. Really worked well for them, but they weren't able to capitalize on the fact that they got the tier 1 push. They overcommitted on their aggression over in the mid lane that they weren't able to give Zapnu the space he needs to be able to farm.
And honestly, I think if you noticed later on the game, it was actually Chaknu who was responding to Killer in the top.
Yeah.
And when you have to do that, when you send your main tank out to deal with that split pushing problem, that's a bad sign. The moment they saw Chaknu going over there, they immediately send out, okay, they're sending their tank out, let's fight. They fought, they won the game.
Yeah.
And Groknu is still going to be one for the books there because he did what he can, but still, as a tank, you're going to have the support of the rest of your team. Yeah. Even though you're going to be the ones that's setting the playing field, they still need the teammates.
Yeah, but I think that's all the analysis that we are capable of for the meantime because we have to take a short break. When we get back, we have more MPL action as 2 more teams are going to go head-to-head. We are not going to tell you just yet, so make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be a big one. That's what I'm going to tell you. So for the meantime, we're going to take a break. Before we do that, of course, my name is Ilustrado.
I'm TDZ.
And I am Nomad. We'll be back after a short break. Don't touch that browser.
いずれみんな死ぬんですよ。出番だよ。
やるぞ。
Yeah? Double kill! Impossible! 出ておいで、僕の炎。はい、死んでください。Legendary!
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
俺一人で十分だ。
Let's play together. You have slain an enemy. Godlike. Mega kill. You have slain an enemy. Double kill. You're coming. Legendary. Our turret is legendary. Double kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出番だよ。
The dance of the swans is so graceful and charming.
One. Double kill. Triple kill. One. Legendary. Double kill. Triple kill.
Don't ask me why I
One.
know this.
Godlike. Double kill.
Have you ever seen the
Legendary. Triple kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出ておいで、僕の炎。
俺一人で十分だ。
いずれみんな死ぬんですよ。出番だよ。
やるぞ。
looking at you funny because I think he's gonna disagree with you on that one.
Yeah, I completely disagree with you. Your first day as supermodel and your first score is going to be
Well, unfortunately, that didn't work out. We hope to see them a little bit in the future, maybe after a little bit of refinement. This doesn't look like the case with ONIC, because the thing is, one thing I've learned and one thing I've noticed about ONIC is that they really study and that they have been learning from their older brothers in Indonesia. They have been studying the meta and, in fact, evolving it. They were the first to pick the Estes. So, with that, despite the fact, the lack of maturity, the lack of patience that we see at times, there is a lot of innovation that we see.
I really think that them being young is a part of why they learn so fast, right? You know how they say that a child's mind is like a sponge.
Yeah.
So then you learn from the best team in the world, then you get the best strategies and you employ them so much faster.
Yeah, and they're actually doing that. Notice how the first time they use their Estes, they can pick the Rafaela. They're able to do anything. But of course, on the other side, let's talk about SGD Omega, Kripsu, Kenji, Carl TZ, Toshino, Heath, Ivan, and of course, we just talked about Finesse Solid, Carl TZ, the god himself, the child prodigy, the #1 mage at some point, the #1 best. Of course, they've fallen off, but let's talk about them. How do you think they're faring lately?
SGD Omega, it's a name that's been well known in the world of Mobile Legends, and from their lineup from the last season, there have been a few changes here and there. But then again, I've seen this lineup do so well in other major tournaments in the country. And dare I say, this is a team to watch out for. Given that in their last outing against Geek Fam PH, they didn't do so well.
Definitely.
But then again, it's early in the season. They could potentially just be downloading the meta, picking it up. And again, they're not as young as ONIC PH, but then again, they have the experience. They have the veterancy. They have a wiser mind, an outlook on the league themselves. So I'm guessing, it's too early to call SGD out as such.
I just want to point this out there. We, during Carl TZ's reign, so to speak, as the Gushin God in the previous seasons of MPL, he was dubbed as the child prodigy. Prodigy.
Words.
Child prodigy. Well, right now, they're going up against ONIC PH.
Yeah.
Which is basically Destiny's children.
This is kind of like the most anime you could get in anything, actually. It's amazing.
It's essentially the Shippuden of MEL, right? you see?
Right? You're exposing us!
Right?
How much of weebs we are.
We
Essentially, right? So these are like the younger brothers of once the young
Please
child
don't do that.
prodigy, right?
Please don't do that. Next thing I know, Nomad's gonna start ninja running out of the studio.
But anyway.
But anyways, let's go back, talk about ONIC PH. They are sort of a little bit more seasoned. Of course, they are not that well, they're not that coherent among each other. You can see there are lapses in communication. A lot of the time, there's a lot of flaws that you see. And the team fights, individual skill may be there, but maybe just for some. So it's a little bit hit and miss for SGD Omega. That's not to say they don't have a winning chemistry. We just haven't seen what they're fully capable of yet. But let's talk about what they can do. How do you feel like they can actually do this and start to get into that winning form?
Right now, I think a lot is going to go on to Toshi. Right? Earlier in our past seasons, a lot of eyes were on Carl TZ.
Yeah.
But now, I think it's time for Toshino to step up. Toshino can do so much. I've seen him do so well in other major tournaments. And he can take the pressure. He can take the weight of his own team. Not to say that he's the only one who's going to work, but I'm just saying they have to trust him a little more and maybe listen to what he has to say.
Lex is no longer with SGD Omega, but
you can still catch his streams.
He's looking at the streams. Yeah, there we go. What's up, Lex? But yeah, I feel like SGD Omega finally matured enough from how they were playing, because back then it was Lex not controlling, but guiding the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And actually, it was Dale who was the shot caller.
Yeah, and right now he's acting as a coach, which is a huge shoe to fill because back then it was Lex.
This is such a sheep within moment. I'm sorry, I just gotta say, right?
We've come full circle.
Right, one of the players just comes up and is like, you know what? It's my turn. I gotta be the authority figure. You gotta listen to me. We gotta, take it to this.
I will be the next Hokage.
Okay, enough about that. But we're talking about how exactly we want to see SGD Omega come to the big stage, perform. Thing is, Toshi, he's great. Sure, he's amazing, but we've seen him in other tournaments, but we have not seen Toshi perform against titans like ArkAngel yet. We haven't seen him play against these new guys, the ONIC, who look like they're shaking it up. So I am gonna firmly believe that we have no idea how this next match is going, even in the drafting stage. I don't care how the drafting stage goes. It won't matter to me because both of these teams, they're a little bit of unknowns at the moment, especially with the chemistry of these two. Let's talk about the upcoming matchup here. How do you think this favors into one side or the other? I just said we had no idea, but look, we can try to prod a little bit and try to figure out.
Again, I mentioned SGD Omega once, the team that housed many child prodigies, a lot of young blood, now facing up against the de facto youngest team in all of the leagues. I think even in past ones. I think it's gonna come down to how fast SGD Omega can catch up to how how quick ONIC-PH picks up on the meta. Right now, I guess you two can agree after just watching the previous matchup, we're at the sustained meta. We're at the meta wherein players like Rafaela, players like Estes, Esmeralda, all of these heroes that just make team fights go much longer. It might be a little too off for a team like SGD Omega to pick up so fast, right? They might still be on a season or half behind.
Yeah,
so I'm guessing,
because we did just come from sort of the peak of SGD when they were at their top, was still the Assassin Mage meta back when Gushin was the top number one.
Yes.
And that's a very big change of play style.
Very different.
Compared to what they're doing now. I mean, you look at Carl TZ. He was known as what? The Gushin God. Nowadays, Gushin, it's starting to come back, but most of the mages are what? Lilia, it's going to be a lot more Esmeralda, and Harith, who are also more sustained types. No matter, I actually want to ask you this right now. Carl TZ, he's been a little bit shaky. He's matured, but it seems like he has lost a little bit of the star power edge. Let's talk about your thoughts on him.
Well, Carl TZ will always be Carl TZ. He's always going to be the go-to mage here for SGD Omega. Yes, I completely agree with you that his star power is slowly waning out now, but I feel like it is because of Lex. There's no other way I can point this out because Lex was able to guide the entire team towards victory. Making them shine, like just like the shining stars that Carl TZ was back then.
Yeah, I wouldn't say was. I'd say he's still a pretty influential figure.
Yeah,
but the problem is, though, it's not to the same extent like it was popping off. Because I remember way back when, I think this was Season 2, when they would go into an arena and it would be finesse solid. They'd come in, and people would explode just as much as Execration. But this time around, it's a little bit more quiet, so there is definitely less significant star power factor involved. But star power aside, let's talk about consistency and performance. Team ONIC, they have proven time and time again that they're capable of it and even evolving the meta for us. Do you think that we're going to see ONIC at the top tier levels? I mean, the top?
ONIC-PH specifically, right?
Yes, PH.
They're very young. They're what, less than a quarter old,
Yeah.
At least in the realm of Philippine esports here in the country. I believe that every week that the MPL goes is a chance for them to dictate. As much as they're growing as young adults and as professional players, they are going to help the MPL grow. So, again, we can only grow as fast as our youngest players can.
And exactly, I do want to also build up on that. I want to see them go against ArkAngel, the previous winners. I want to see them go up against Cignal Ultra Warriors. So far, we've seen them go up against Geek Fam. We've seen them go up against who else have we seen? Execration. But no teams that are really known as top tier, high level, dominant teams yet. And so they're still yet to the task. They're still at that anime stage where they're building up to the biggest bosses of the game.
It's like the moment before we reach the midpoint of the anime season. But
they're still charging. They're like
it's charging for 5 episodes maybe. But,
yeah, maybe.
But ONIC, give it 3 weeks. No, but ONIC is I'm still gonna stick by this. They are loose cannons.
Yeah.
They are double-edged swords. They're a tornado that's going through the power station because you don't want to go to work. I don't know. It's it's going to depend entirely on how composed they are going into the regular season. They're off to a good start, 4-2. Sure, it's not bad at all. I agree with you. I want to see them go up against ArkAngel. I want to see them go up against Cignal Ultra. I want to see them go up against Bren Esports, the top of the tops, the previous champions of the MPL. I want to see how big of a factor ONIC Indonesia was to ONIC-PH.
Before we get into that, I do also want to talk about the top tier teams. We did talk about the Cignal Ultra Warriors, ArkAngel. They look prepared. They came out recently with a really crazy strategy, the Leo Mord Hellcurt together in one lane and seemingly dominating that whole game.
Forbidden love.
Yeah, it's really, really strange. So they're making it work. And how do you feel like? Do you feel like this season we're gonna see a repeat, a two-time champion for the first time?
Our entrance video, the storytelling of the MPL in the Philippines made it such a big deal that we have not seen a repeat champion for the past year and change that the MPL has been here. So I believe that it just comes to tradition that we do not see. Last season 3, I think it was close, right? Bren Esports going the extra mile against ArkAngel. I think that was close, really, really close. And the whole venue felt it in their bones that, oh no, we might see the black and yellow come back with the second win. But now, I believe with the likes of, ONIC-PH coming up, GeekFam-PH coming up.
It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, it's much harder, and I think the chances towards seeing a new champion are much, much higher.
But let's talk about ArkAngel. They have been reshaping the meta, and I've spoken to Coach Panda recently, who now has said coming into the MPL Season 4 that his meta is like 2 steps above everybody else. He's that confident. And I've seen glimpses of it with that Hellcurt Leomord pick. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think that ArkAngel has a good chance of repeating their success last season?
It's still going to depend. During Season 3, we were talking about this is a completely different MPL where every single team was evenly matched against each other. I'm going to say that's even more so apparent here in Season 4.
I'm going to agree, especially with these new bloods. ONIC, you got GeekFam, who are also doing phenomenally. That's one team we haven't touched that much on just yet, but we'll get back to that later on. GeekFam have also been amazing. And all these other teams that seemingly come out of nowhere and challenge the top spot time and time again. Now, Bren Esports, we've mentioned them. They have been at the top dog situation for a while, but then eventually fell off. Now, let's talk about Bren. You look like you want to make a point really badly. I think
because Bren was the Season 1 champion.
Yeah.
Season 2, they were the runner-ups. Season 3, they were the runner-ups. They're trying really hard to get that 2-time champion title back to their belt. But with the caliber of teams that are coming up here, I'm pretty sure that Bren is going to have a hard time going back up.
You know what? I feel like in another alternate universe, if they didn't win, if they didn't lose those, they would be so much better as a team right now, and they would, if they actually won first place, because when you're at the top like Bren for so long, you need a win. You need to get that championship, because if you don't, you'll end up getting frustrated with each other, and I feel like that's what happened with Bren.
Morale.
I think these so close moments are good overall.
Yeah.
I believe that they're evolving at a good pace. Sure, they lost a few people along the way, as you can see now. El Capitan is now with EVOS-PH.
Yeah.
But I think, again, let's go back to that point. I think it's a good deal overall for Bren Esports and, of course, for Philippine esports, Mobilelegends in general. One, because you're making a figure that you can follow all throughout the years. They change a little, but then again, they're still strong. You'll always see them in the top teams when you're competing for the finals. You'll always see them, and they always perform up to that caliber. They'll always give you 5-game series, right? Very rarely that they'll lose right out and out.
Yeah, but let's also take in consideration that it has been 2 seasons ago that Bren was able to be the champions. I mean, I'm going to look at it as a blow to their morale here because they were almost there. During Season 2, it was a clean victory for Cignal Ultra, But Season 3, that was a 5-game series in the finals. I think that was the first time we've ever had that.
Sure,
that was.
I can see how that can be a blow to their morale, but you still see them come up. You still see them. They changed their lineup. They have a new leader in Doc Ribo, and I think the fact that they're still here, the fact that they're still showing up, they're still performing to that level, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're in top 4 or even in the grand finals of the season. I think that's what really makes a team that even ONIC-PH can look up to.
Well, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely convinced just yet because Bren Esports, for me, they're very, very shaky, and they lack that consistency. Sure, they're consistently good, but we need to see a team that's consistently great. If you want to have the greatest of all time, Bren so far haven't shown that they
Show me
are.
a team that has performed as well as they have.
I mean, in terms of consistency, but the thing is the difference between a GOAT, the greatest of all time, they win. Bren has won once. That's the thing. And we talk about other professional teams, like let's say the Patriots, let's say the Chicago Bulls. There have always been extended winning sessions, winning streaks. This has never happened in ML yet.
Agree to disagree. I think the game and the league is a little too young to name a GOAT just yet.
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
So it's nice that we're bringing up these teams that have the potential to come up to that level, and to have someone be in the discussion is quite the achievement.
It feels like this is going to be like the Michael Jordan and the LeBron James discussion, because it's all about the rings. That's what matters.
I'm sorry, let's not go there, because I feel like the Michael Jordan goes way beyond just the rings.
I know, but still.
No, I mean, like, for me, I think Michael Jordan's not just rings.
It goes to the Space Jam.
It's the Space Jam.
Space
LeBron
Jam.
doesn't have a Space Jam.
It goes to the baseball.
He almost had.
He almost did, yeah. Shaq had. What was Shaq's
Steel.
movie?
Kazam.
Steel,
Kazam.
That terrible movie, though.
Hey, I
And we
liked
need
that
to
when I
see-
was a kid.
We need to see an ML movie, and I feel like that's coming soon.
Not too far.
Not too far. Might be there.
Not too far.
Directors, that's $1 million idea
That's
right
on
there.
us for now.
$1 million idea.
The next few ideas not free.
Yeah, but anyway, let's go back. Serious topics. It is, of course, going to be ONIC versus SGT. It's going to be one heck of a fight, but before we talk about them themselves, we'll talk about this tournament. We have a lot on stake and a lot to fight for. These teams are really, really clawing for this. Shall I reveal how much we're making? Nah, probably not. I don't think so. I think we're going to be teasing people on how much the main prize pool is. Let's just say it's a lot.
It's tough to talk money right now.
Yeah.
It's week 2. If you're counting how much you're making so soon, you know what they say, right?
Yeah.
If you count your eggs too soon, is that how it goes?
Don't count your chickens until they hatch.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That should be. That
I was thinking about it, but is that right? Yeah,
That was
that's
the
pretty
same.
right.
yeah, but now, of course, it is almost time to go into the draft. I lied. It is now time to go into the draft.
good.
Let's go straight into it. It's going to be the second series of the day. It's going to be ONIC versus SGD Omega.
I'm so excited. I want to see how far this sustained meta goes.
Your
I want to
team
see that
is
too, because the
banned.
last time we saw sustained meta was in the form of Estes and the Belleric all at the same time. Now we got Estes coming up. We got Rafaela coming
And
up.
Belleric is still not a bad choice.
Still not a bad choice.
And what I like about Mobile Legends is, despite the fact that we do have a sustained meta, the games still don't feel too draggy. They still never
Exactly.
feel draggy. They still... The games still always end at the 15-minute to 20-minute mark. It's never really that crazy. Whereas in other games, you have a sustained meta, games go on forever. But let's go to the draft itself. Quick bans, Lilia, Tarizla, Kaja, and Grok.
Picking.
ONIC does not want to go up against Iskaja and that Grok. Just because the Divine Judgment is going to completely disrupt it. And that's going to be a Kimmy pickup. She's wide open.
Let's talk about SGD Omega's bans though. The Lilia and the Terizla. We've seen Terizla bubbling up to tier 1 to at least maybe first pickable in the past few weeks of competition in the realm of professional Mobile Legends. But the Lilia though, today alone, I saw how a player like Doof is able to take advantage of the black shoes and of course all the glooms.
First ban worthy now.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that's
Scary.
very interesting. First ban worthy as the tabs of Esmeralda now gets picked up. Saw some success from that a little bit earlier, but I do want to talk about this Harith here. The Harith on Weiss, it's crazy. Weiss is an insane mage player. I would have to argue that Weiss on a mage is probably just as good as I saw Carl TZ back in his prime. That's how good I see Weiss as.
Talking about Wise as a player, I want to talk about the hero. Harith has seen multiple nerfs across multiple patches, and we still see him at tier 1 right now.
If I still see if the Zaman Force nerf didn't happen onto Harris, he's still going to be primary banned.
I'm thinking Estes might be the key to him finally dropping a little bit, right?
Well,
the kit on Estes might help stop this little boy's rampage.
I don't know, man. The thing is,
That's a tall order.
that's a tall order. Harith is, I don't know. We'll see about that, but the thing is that Harith still does so much damage. So it doesn't matter how much he's sustained. It's a very, very difficult task to put before you.
Ooh, but then again, check out ONIC PH.
Yeah, Rafaela
third ban.
Oh,
They're
the
banning
third ban. Oh,
Estus.
they're banning Estus.
We're getting the healer, bro. That's what they want to do, and that's exactly what they're gonna get.
Speak of the devil.
So let's take a look and see what they can actually still pick up here. SGD Omega, they're not left with a lot. They could get they need one more support, and they do need another. Maybe a mage.
Lunox is still up, oddly enough.
Two supports. Sorry, they can go for two supports now.
Lunox is still up, oddly enough. I'm not sure you would want to go Lunox with an Esmeralda now.
Yeah, I think for the two supports, they're gonna pick Gatotkacha maybe.
Which is kind of good.
Ooh.
And a Franco. Okay, this is gonna completely change the dynamic here.
No, it's not.
No, look at this. Look at
Okay.
this. Franco's gonna be able to go for the iron hooks onto Rafaela, singling out the primary sustain for the rest of the team, and Kimmy or Esmeralda can just finish the job just like that, and then Gatotkacha's gonna come in. And that's when the rest of the team's gonna
I'm
go
gonna say
in.
one thing. Akai is the only viable tank right now, and for good reason. I mean, sure, there's other viable tanks, but the most viable tank is what I wanted to say.
The most viable tank is
And he's gonna zone out everybody. That's the picking Akai onto Franco. Picking Franco onto Akai is a terrible idea.
Of course, that's your least favorite thing. That's the last thing you want to hook into, right?
Exactly.
Pandas are extinct, but then you'd end up extinct if you get that spinning, hurricane dancing, Akai. So again, agree that Akai is a very strong pick for ONIC-PH.
Yeah.
But I don't want to agree to say that he's absolutely the best tank right now.
Okay, fair enough. Let's cut it off real quick. Let's go to predictions before we go into it. Nomad, what's your take?
I'm gonna go for SGD Omega here.
Okay.
I will give it up to SGD Omega as well.
Okay, I'm gonna go straight up and say ONIC 100%. No doubt, it'll end in less than 10-minute game.
Interesting.
I'm
He
gonna go
said
that version.
he gave a number. Interesting to note, they also have Hayabusa. The last pick, Hayabusa from ONIC-PH, might just not give him the 10-minute mark.
Yeah. It's a tall order, but then again, you win regardless if they win, right?
No, I'm just gonna say the Hayabusa gone. The Hayabusa was gone unchecked. There's no answer for it. But let's go into the Land of Dawn for the first game in the second series of the day.
And let us introduce our team here. But while that's happening, though, that's a bit of a scuffle here in the mid lane. So on the side of SG Omega, we got Carl TZ on that Kimmy, Kenji on that Tom's, Toshino on that Esmeralda, Heath on that Franco, and Kripzu on that Gatotkacha.
ONIC-PH, though, bring in that Harith by Wise. It's Dlar. Is that Dlar or DR? Dlar on that show. Big fight, though, in the jungle. Ladies and gentlemen, Kripsu looking really low. Karti trying to back up. And a bro! Bro, the camera just moved up. Kripsu is about to go down, and he is going to go. Wise says you're welcome. Kenji just barely getting away in the safety of his own turret. I wasn't even done introducing our players. It's all my Venus on that Rafaela, Zico as the Akai, and of course it's Iyaku on that Hayabusa.
It would be wise for you to admit that I was right.
None the wiser for SGD Omega to force that fight, though, to be completely honest.
Oh,
but while
nice
that's
throw.
happening, that's going to be the Iron Hook connecting onto Iyaknu. Nice.
Tease.
Nice jukes.
Quite a tease.
Yeah,
just the tip.
Just playing, no. We're just playing with him a little bit as Delar working the cut of the lane right now. Gonna go head to head with Kenji. And I do want to point out one thing. Weiss, if you give him an inch, he'll take a mile. He's the kind of player that knows how to control the tempo and steamroll. As the look at this, Carl TZ forcing away Delar, has to use his flicker. Now he doesn't have it, and that's gonna be another kill. Kenji gets one. And that's going to be another kill. It's a 2-for-1 right now at the scoreboard.
Heath, though, not looking very good here. He is in trouble, though. It is Toshino just barely hitting level 4, pushing Venus back. It's the Rafaela and Hayabusa combo. This is quite lethal. They can make this quite sustainable, and they can just force this as the rest of ONIC-PH. Keep the lane up top, and of course, go for this early turtle.
It's a good trade to be, if you ask me. That's going to be a turtle for a turret. You're shoving out the lane. That's going to give you a lot of space to work with here, and that's exactly what SGD Omega is going for here.
I just want to point out that Carl TZ is sitting on that Kimmy, and it's actually the other way around, that Toshi's now on the Esme.
Oh, yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Take a look at that. That's going to be a nice hurricane dance. Diamond Force going to be used. That's going to be the ultimate for Gata. Might be too little, too late. That's 3 of them. But oh my god, he's still alive. Why is he still good? He somehow survives that in a 2-for-1 exchange. That's going to be a really good engage for ONIC PH.
Okay, I see now how SGD Omega's lineup might be a little faulty. There's not enough damage when Kartzy and Toshino are not there.
Exactly, and that's why they're focusing on securing objectives here. I mean, Kimmy's going to focus on securing objectives as much as they can, so that they can take advantage of the fact that ONIC PH has a lot of that ONIC PH would have a lot of things in their plate, and Toshino just needs to focus on farming up and try to pick off the squishier players here on the side of ONIC PH.
Joe is the kind of hero that needs to get going early as well. One of those heroes that is going to be completely useless unless you get items early. That's why it's very scary for Delar, but hold that thought, bottom lane. That's going to be the shadow kill. Just going to use it to get away, but he goes back into it. He's almost going down. Not just yet, though. Might be finished up. Auto attack's not going to finish it up. Ooh. Flickers in, and he gets it!
Nice bait play by ONIC PH, scoring that kill onto Heath. We might be eating our words, Nomad, but it's too soon to say. 3 minutes, 50 seconds in. We are about 1,000 in change.
Is going to be committed there, and he's going to do his best to fight this off. Toshino able to at least force back this 1v3. I don't think he's going to be able to survive that unless he proves me wrong. That's not going to be the case. There goes the Calamity Reaper being picked up by Wise right after that kill.
That's what we were talking about here. Wise, once he starts steamrolling, he's 3-0-2. That's the thing with ONIC, and I want to say this. I will stand firmly on this belief. ONIC, they are so talented, and they know how to play aggressive. If you let them play aggressive, they will run all over you, and that's exactly what we're seeing here.
But despite the standings in the leaderboard, SGD Omega is actually putting up a good fight here. 2-6 in scoreline, but the net worth is pretty even, and that is due to the fact that SGD Omega secured the first lane, the first turret objective, and now they have to contest this turtle. This is an important objective for them to take. Kimmy needs to get that.
And I think they are in the right position to do so. Kartzy just blasting him. Avatar Guardian coming in. Iscriptu starting up the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, underneath the turtle, Wise takes down Toshino, and that is one less for SGD Omega to go for.
And right now, Zico's going to go down, so that's one tank not going to be dead. That's going to be the turtle stolen, though. And Kripsu is going to try to take that All My Venus. Delar is going to be one of the guys standing here. Wise is going to try to back off here. Gonna go for the fish in there, not enough damage. And meanwhile, Iaku's gonna be able to even out the turret push here and secure the bottom lane turret. And that is what Hayabusa is made for.
It's not that big of a loss here. Iaku goes for that. He's 0-0-4, doesn't matter. All he wants to do is be a thorn in the side of SGD Omega and sort of piss them off until they finally go for him. But so far, it hasn't been the case just yet, as SGD Omega has now found an opening back into the game. They want to start those big team fights. That's what SGD Omega has to do. They want those big team fights. Until ONIC obliges them, it's going to be SGD Omega's game.
SGD Omega essentially won the battle, but lost the war. Then again, they were never so far back. As you said, Nomad, their numbers are still up there, right? It's barely 1,000 in the lead, despite the 5-7 earlier was a 2-6 difference. So now, I think the key for SGD Omega is to keep at this. Illustrado, you mentioned, if ONIC PH is able to play aggressive, they're going to win all the way, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Under 10 minutes.
And you can see it, it's going their way, but the fact that Hayabusa is split pushing might definitely extend the amount of game time we have.
Oh, the Hurricane Dance!
That's going to be Zawan Force. Nice knock-up to go, but now it's going to be the knock-up onto the Franco, but he goes down. That's going to be Crips who knocked out as well. Now they're going to turn around. It's going to be trying to be an escape for the side of ONIC PH as it's a 1-for-1. But look at what Iaku's doing. He's buying all the time. They don't want them to back. That's why he's continuing. Kartzy has to feel for his teammate. But look, Iaku's gotten 2.
That is a lot of space created by ONIC PH. Really taking advantage of the fact that SGD Omega is looking for team fights. And right now, SGD Omega is going to try to go for a retaliation here, but instead they're going to be backing off. They need to keep Iaku in check.
Sneaky like a true shinobi. All he did was let his allies take the attention, take the focus, and he was just like, you know, I'm just gonna obliterate what I can here. Like, this is guerrilla warfare, man.
Oh wow!
That's gonna be the Wave the Dragon committed onto Toshino. Toshino's not gonna be able to make it out. There goes the Iron Hook, but to what expense? Because that's not gonna give you any advantage at all. They're not able to keep Iaku in check as well with Thumbs. I believe is barely surviving.
Did you get the hook? Yes. What did it cost? Everything. That's exactly what happened there. And as, you know, Iaku still working the bottom lane. They can't keep a hold on this guy. That's what I mean with the Hayabusa. There is no one to fight him off. And you can see just how good the communication of ONIC is.
And the key is in the past 5 minutes, he never left. He never left.
He's still there.
That just shows how strong ONIC-PH is as a 4-man unit.
Yeah, definitely. This is something they've practiced. Toshi might go down yet again. Shadow kill. Can he get away? That's going to be 1 kill, or is it Falling Star Moon?
Oh, the stun!
Oh, the bloody hunt. Going to be enough to finally shut down Iaknu. But they've lost.
That was a bit too late, though. And finally, we're seeing a 4,000 gold lead here by ONIC-PH. And right now, SGD Omega, they have to desperately read ONIC-PH's playstyle here. In which their playstyle is give a lot of space for Iaknu. And they're having a hard time because Iaknu can show out of nowhere. They're going for Hurricane Dance.
Wow, he cancels that because there's no one else close to him. But his game sense, thinking that there's someone there, just prevents him from going back and wastes him some time.
That's really good. You see the experience coming into play here, learning really quickly. Blar coming up, just barely up behind the turret. Was this a bait play?
I think it might be a bait play because Oh My Venus is going to drop by in. And that's going to be forcing SGD Omega back because they know for a fact that they don't know where Hayabusa is. The Zaman Force is going to be committed. And he is not nowhere near his teammate.
But that's going to be the continuing chase. Wave the Dragon, going to knock him up, going to try to continue. That's going to be another one as Stellar now gets shut down. Wise gets another one still alive. Monster kill for him, and that's going to be another Hurricane Dance coming out. Carl DZ trying to survive. He gets taken out, and that's a double clip for him. It's a shutdown. It's a 4 for 3.
Close to a wipeout.
Close to a wipeout. It's a 1v2, though. He just does not want to be greedy at this point, and instead, Toshino is just going to go for the split push, just try to shove the lane back towards the side of ONIC-PH to try to ease out a bit of the pain that they're experiencing right now.
It is starting to tick onto the 10-minute mark, and we're getting closer and closer. The doomsday clock to midnight is almost nigh. Lord is now finally up. If anybody's going to go for it, it's got to be now. Well, not necessarily, but it should be on their ideas to start planning for it.
Yeah, that's an objective that SGD Omega needs to take, to be honest.
Gotta give it up to Toshino, though. A lesser player would have just, let himself tilt and go for it, right? A hero like Esmeralda is capable of taking out softies like Harith and Hayabusa by herself. But then, Toshino knows that it's not in his position to do such yet.
Patience.
I think this is what makes being an ONIC fan really exciting. The fact that at any time they can come alive, and at the same time, they can really disappoint you. It's kind of like being in an abusive relationship. You kind of never know what to expect. Just like that. Hayabusa, he gets away!
That's the problem with Hayabusa. Slippery like butter.
And look at what's happening in top lane. They're shoving it way deep.
Okay, I like how Iaknu just passed over the ball and he's like, Delar, it's your turn. You do the thing. You do the thing.
And they're just gonna do this dance all game long.
Because Cho's one of those guys that you can completely use, but while that's happening, Falling Star Moon is gonna be committed there over to the mid lane, and it's gonna be forcing out ONIC-PH back. While that's happening, though, the Lord is gonna be taken by Iyaku and Oh My Venus, and they're completely being zoned out as GD Omega. They're not able to push out. They're not able to go for the Lord. The Hurricane that's gonna be committed on the Genji, but that's gonna be a lot of bodies committed onto Cho, and Zyko's going to be able to escape, but while that's happening, the Lord's being taken by Chaknu, Wise, and Oh My Venus. And Carl is going to be here to try to go for the steal, and the Lord's not going to be stolen. It's going to be secured by Harith.
Big fight
right there. Iaknu now actually goes and gets the kill, has to fall back. Lord gets summoned up, Falling Star Moon gets taken out right there. Iaknu goes down, but that's a killing spree for Toshino. He's doing a little better as the Zaman Force, now going to commit it, but that's going to be the Hurricane Dance forcing him off, and that's a double clip for Toshino. Bloody Hunt right there, going to be committed onto Weiss. Doesn't matter, still alive. Now the Mage versus Mage, going to go head to head right there as Kenji now dives the bat lines.
And Weiss has not fallen all day, and he has been outplayed. Down goes the Akai. Weiss is left to his demises. Ladies and gentlemen, he takes down Toshino as the Chunkies back up Kenji and Heat. They know much better than to commit onto Wise's Harith, sitting at an 805.
If Kenji and Heat committed that, my friends, if he committed that, it could have been a completely different story. That ONIC-PH would be able to secure that tier 3 turret quite easily. But good for them to just go for their gut instincts and just fall back, defend the Lord from pushing.
I'm going to say one thing.
I don't know why.
Doesn't matter even how hard you try, because Weiss is going to mess you up. I'm telling you, I told you, I said this at the beginning, Weiss is crazy, and his Harith is even worse.
Zaman Force being committed up here, and Airborne goes That's Kenji now. He is going to pay the price here. He drops to Wise, now legendary. This is a 9-0-5. I'm not sure what it takes to stop this little boy. They tried to hit him with the hook. They tried to hit him with the bite, and he still walked away.
The little boy showing that he's made his rite of passage now.
He's the boy who lived.
The boy who lived.
It's now a 7,000 gold lead here in this game. 12 minutes, 45 seconds into the game. SGD Omega looking like they are really in a bad spot here. But win conditions, though, they need to be able to shut down Wise there. But while that's happening, Zoundforce going to be committed there over at the mid lane. Wise is finally going to go down, though.
No, he's not. He's alive.
Oh, he's still alive.
Wise, triple kill. Triple kill. He's been so far. Still alive.
He's going to go for the Maniac. He's not going to go for the Maniac. That's going to be the shutdown. That's going to be the double kill. He's still pretty much alive. Zyko and Delar's pretty much alive. And Yaku's going to try to go for the kill there. Zyko is going to go down by the hands of Kenji.
That's the tower down, though, in the bottom lane. Yaku couldn't get close enough for the shadow kill. Almost did get it, though. Now it's going to be him onto Kenji. Comes back. Does have the Bloodlust Axe, so he's going to be able to regen his lifesteal. And now it's one tower left. One bastion before SGD Omega and the rest of ONIC.
They basically have their front door and their back door opened up. They've got the attic locked. They are in their panic room. Ladies and gentlemen, SGD Omega just does not have enough hold. They can hold on to one hero, guaranteed, with the Bloody Hunt. But that aside, everything else is basically a die roll, right? You need to get the Falling Star Moon in. You need to get the Avatar of Guardian in. And if you miss those two things, it's over. Wise can just do whatever he wants.
You know what's over? Franco. I'm telling you, ever since Season 1, I've been saying this. Franco has fallen out of the meta. There's no reason anymore to ever pick him unless you're very situational. I guess the idea was to go for the early initiate with Heath and Carl TZ, but that didn't work out because after that window of opportunity, there's nothing left for you to do.
Ooh, crazy though. Look at this. Iagno picking up the Malefic Roar. He wants that tower. He wants that core. He wants to end this right now. 15 minutes was way too long for ONIC-PH.
And here, what I'm seeing here is that SGD Omega is really too far away from their base because they need to defend their base. They need to be as close to this base as possible in order to stop Iagno from securing the core.
Yeah,
securing the base.
What they're going to do, though, is just wait for the Lord. It's only 15 seconds left to that second level Lord, and that's the only thing that's really stopping them from ending the game. So this Lord, however it goes, will decide the match, 100%.
5 seconds till this decision is made, and I think SGD Omega is going to find it very hard to contest. This is Onyx Lord all the way, maybe 95%. There's very little that SGD Omega can do, but they are still going to try as they send 4 members over to the pit.
Now the level 2 Lord is going to be taken here by Iagnu and Zyko, and what they need to do here on ONIC-PH is they need to zone SGD Omega out because this is going to be an objective that's going to matter the most for SGD Omega. They're going to try their best to steal this. While that's happening though, Delar is in the back line. He's going to try to go for the Divine, not the Divine Judgment, but the Way of the Dragon.
The flag right there. Salmon Force going to be used up, and that's going to be the Way of the Dragon. Winter Cruncher going to be used by Carl TZ. Doesn't matter. He's taken out. Now it's going to be the backline. Zico actually almost gets Kritsu, but that's going to be diving in. That's Toshino. He goes down without the rest of his teammates, though. Very, very questionable decision making, but excellent flank from Delar.
It's 3-1, a 2-1 trade, and I think that's all that ONIC-PH needed to make this Lord as free as it gets. Make that 100% free Lord. It's the second of the game, none for SGD Omega. This Lord is going to be marching down the mid, and I think this is going to be very hard for SGD Omega to defend. You got a Malefic Roar, Hayabusa knocking on your door. You have the Delar Cho. Basically, either of these heroes, you leave 5 seconds with the core and it's done.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest with you. The only way that SGD Omega is going to be able to bounce back from this is if they could pick off Harriet, pick off Iagnu, and then pick off Cho in that exact order.
You know, Delar, that was play of the game for me. That flag, I can't believe he hit there for so long, but last chance.
Last chance. Yeah, they're going to try their best.
Lord is going to
go down pretty fast. Zalmfor's going to be committed there to just try to zone them out. The slow's going to be more than enough to take down Kenji, and that is going to be Zyko almost going down by the hands of SGD Omega. And there we go, suppressed. There, nobody's going to go and touch the base here. That's what Heath said.
Immortality still up. Iagnu goes in. Shadow kill. Don't know if he has the damage. He's getting everybody low, but that's a double kill for him as I say that. Four! And it's Wise who finishes the game. ONIC-PH go and get the first one of the series. What did I say, gentlemen?
All right, you got 1-0.
You got it. It was about 10 minutes and 5 seconds and change. Gotta give it up to Wise. Wise just on point the whole game. It was good, and it was too late for SGD Omega to actually pick up on what they were dealing with.
Yeah.
And at the end, right? I guess they took maybe 3 or 4 heroes from ONIC-PH, but they wasted too much time.
Yeah.
It was too little, too late, and
My God.
yeah, check it out.
15 kills for Weiss. Have you ever seen anything like it? It's crazy. 1 death on this man, and 1 big question mark for the Franco pick. I think that strategy has long died.
Yeah, well, one thing to note here is this was not a total stomp.
Yeah.
It was not a total stomp. SGD Omega had a plan. They were trying to go for it, but I think they changed gears too little too late.
I feel like the Franco pick would have worked if they were hooking the right people. Because here's the thing, though. If they were prioritizing on either going for the Iron Hook onto Hayabusa or onto Rafaela, because Rafaela was there sustaining the rest of the team for ONIC-PH. If they were able to Iron Hook Rafaela and then go for the Clash, could be a completely different story. But at the same time, it's just Iyakno and his Hayabusa just having the time of his life securing all the turrets in the bottom lane.
It was frustrating for me to see all those hooks going out and going to the wrong places. It seems like it's just a big, very big missed opportunity for SGD Omega. So what I'm seeing now, ONIC-PH, the new guys versus the newer guys. The newer guys saying, no, this is our block now. That's definitely what's up. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of ONIC. They are going through the levels, the tiers. It's like Bruce Lee in the Way of the Dragon movie. I forgot the name.
The Way of the Dragon movie.
Was it Way of the Dragon?
Enter the Dragon?
Enter the Dragon. There we go. Thank you.
Oh.
Enter the Dragon, where he
So-
goes through the different...
And that's where Chuck Norris was, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah, I remember that.
Is SGD Omega Chuck Norris? Not just yet.
No, I definitely think not.
Not yet.
He's probably one of the SGD Omega right now. They're probably like the level 2 thugs on the second floor or something like that.
It's a good fight. This was a good fight.
Good fight.
I'll give it up to that. But then again, a win is a win. And at about, 14, 15 minutes, ONIC-PH takes it.
I'm just saying, though, Chuck Norris is still pretty much the best fighter of all, the best human being all around there. I mean,
Except that he's a big jerk.
Going further away from the topic, it's still I started that, but yeah, that's gonna be a well-earned victory by ONIC-PH, no doubt. SGD Omega did what they can.
Honestly, I do want to point out something. It's going to be ONIC. They, to me, are so interesting for one reason. They are always showing either massive amounts of talent. Sorry. Let me start that again. They always show 100% every single time immense amount of talent. But what they show 50-50 is the discipline. Today we saw that discipline in the first game.
I will agree that there was some discipline there. A lot of these plays would be impossible if they were not disciplined. Delar, yes. Delar.
That final play in the
Iyakno sticking to the plan.
Yes.
A lesser player would have been, my team needs me,
Exactly.
No, your team needs you right there.
Yeah.
And I think a good key to this win, second only to maybe Wise, would be Iyakno's work down bot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I completely agree. But they completely evolved from what they were during the first week. Right now, they're like Bruce Lee, just like what you said. They're evolving.
I do think
they are evolving. They're getting stronger and stronger each day that they fight here in the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Season 4.
I'm going to say it straight up. I'm becoming an ONIC-PH fan.
This is crazy. I'm afraid. What this might be is like that movie Splice, where the organism evolves way too fast. And it starts
sort of just like Finesse Solid. The brightest flames burn out the back.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier, but then again, I don't want to be the party pooper. I love that you have a new this new fandom in ONIC-PH, and it's nice to cheer for this brand new talent. These young men.
They're exciting to watch. You have to admit, but again, we're starting to see a little bit more consistency. So I'm excited to see more and more about them. Now let's talk about let's shift gears a little bit, tone it down. Let's go back to SGD Dragons here. I'm rather disappointed in that first game. I feel like there was so much more they could have done with the early aggression. They had their win conditions. They knew what their win conditions were, clearly with the direction of their draft, but they definitely weren't able to execute any of it.
I just gotta say, the Gatot and the Franco were rather more the Franco. I'll agree. You mentioned it during the draft when they picked it. It was one thing to groan and moan about it because there was still a chance for it to work. But 10 minutes into the game, it was like,
nothing happening.
This is not working out. So I think they need to fix that. They need to fix the way that they pick their tanks.
I pointed this out at the very start. The one good chance that there was in that whole lineup went to ONIC-PH.
Of all that were left.
Of all that were left, there weren't a lot left because they banned the Grok. They banned.
Minotaur was open if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
Minotaur was banned.
Minotaur was banned.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
why I realized they're gonna take the Akai, the one good tank, and they're gonna play around it.
I mean, Bellaric's still there. If they want to go up
I
against
know.
this same game, Raphael.
No,
I'm just saying, if
not the way
it's
to
the same
go.
game. I know, but I just want to say, though, that Franco pink could have worked.
Yeah.
It could have worked. They weren't just, the hooks were, they're not connecting most of the time, and they weren't going in for the right hooks.
Franco picks don't work anymore. Sorry, period. Franco picks don't work anymore.
Much love for Heath. He, give him the benefit of the doubt, he could have made it work. But then again, I think the meta is evolving in such a way that Franco is just maybe even lower tier than Gatot Kacha.
Dude, honestly, Franco was flavor of the month. That's it. Sorry, he was flavor of the month. He was interesting for a while. Move on, find something new. Estes, that's a real that's a real support.
Okay.
Talk about Minotaur, that's a real tank.
Would you say that if they replace the Franco with something else, what would it be?
Honestly, that's the thing. Because of the bans, there was nothing left for them, and they should have fought tooth and nail for that Akai. But I guess they couldn't see it coming. You know?
Johnson. Whoa! I was gonna say Tiggy, but yeah, Johnson is okay, I guess.
I really think that one thing that will change this meta by a mile when we see it is when Kufra finally gets re-added into this.
We need to get the ball back into the game.
Yeah, ball to the wall. You know what I mean?
Ball to the wall.
Ball to the wall. The Grok and the Kufra, the ball to the wall.
That would make the game a little more interesting. But then again, as our developers, Moonton, fix the quirks with his hero, Kufra, it's just a matter of time before we get him back in. Hopefully it happens during the season so we get to see the meta shake up. Because, I agree. Franco is not where he's supposed to be, where he was back then. So maybe some teams need to pick up some new tanks. Maybe Tigreal,
We'll try to see. But in the meantime, of course, we're going to be going straight into the draft now. It's going to be the second game of the series. Can SCD Omega make it comeback, or will ONIC-PH continue to dominate into 2-0? Let's go straight into it. What do you think? Before that, of course, let's go take a look at the draft. Terizla, Esmeralda, now banned.
Pretty standard, if you ask me. And the Harith is going to be banned by ONIC. They don't want to give it to SBD Omega.
Yep. Wise says we got the win. We're good.
Pick something else.
Kimmy's going to be banned. We don't want to give you Kimmy this time around.
Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. They want avoid the heroes that the opponents are hot on. Stick on to something that you might be more comfortable with.
Grok is open. You think ONIC's going to pick that up?
Grok, I don't think that ONIC is a Grok-centric team. They're probably going to pick up a mage. Maybe something like they could consider a Lunox.
Lilia.
Yeah, or they could go for a marksman. Lilia, definitely Lilia.
Right?
Definitely Lilia.
Lilia on that. Wise on that Lilia, though.
We've seen Wise on Lilia before. It's a thing of beauty.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
There goes the Lilia.
There you go.
Black shoes, baby. Black shoes.
And
what we're all wearing.
No, I'm wearing brown.
Oh, okay.
You're not in.
I'm not in.
Well, there goes the Grok and the Thom's being picked up by SBD Omega. What do you think about that?
Here's something I noticed. Again, we mentioned how ONIC-PH has been helped by their older brothers from ONIC Indo, and they're growing at such a rapid pace. And it seems like they're on a different meta. I just gotta mention, SGD, they're picking heroes and banning heroes that were from a meta maybe a month ago.
Yeah, and they're banning and picking heroes that don't really apply to ONIC. Because ONIC play a different way from everybody. ONIC play a different way from everybody else. So banning and picking like this is something that you do with other teams, not necessarily for ONIC. You want to ban that Estes right away. If you ban if you let ONIC-PH get that Estes, they know how to play around that. So I feel like if you go against ONIC, you have to have a different game plan for them.
That's specifically why they need coaches. And Dale is doing whatever he can to just try to outdraft ONIC-PH at this point. But Selena being picked up by SGD Omega, Abyssal Arrow Trap's gonna be a huge factor here. What do you think?
No.
Wow, that's bold.
No. Just straight up no.
Again, you think the Selena is gonna play like the Franco? The hooks, much like the arrows, are just gonna be moot.
And there's an Estes. The Estes will keep you alive.
Right? Yeah, you get stunned for about a month. It's fine. I'll keep you alive
for a month. Doesn't matter. The Estes, Selena, if she doesn't have the best early game. If Selena doesn't have the best early game, you're not going to have enough time to burst down someone, especially with that Estes there. And considering the fact that you have a Lilia and a Cho on the other side, getting those early bursts are going to be a very, very big problem, considering how fast they wave clear.
Here's what's crazy about SGD Omega. It seems to be they're playing the game one. They're drafting the game one, right? They lost out good tanks, and now they're picking up the best one.
Fair enough, but Nomad.
What was that?
That was a Hayabusa ban.
Respect.
Kaja. Your team
they're
is
slowly evolving from Kenji being the Hayabusa guy. Is it going to be Yaknu as a Hayabusa?
No, I wouldn't be
or-
surprised, but I do want
I don't
to.
know.
I do think one thing that SGD Omega are definitely playing to ONIC right now. They are definitely playing to Omega. Why would you ever ban a Hayabusa? I don't care who plays it. You never need to ban a Hayabusa.
Onyx at the pace.
Yeah. ONIC is really on the driver's seat
This
right
is
now.
their dance.
Ooh, look at the hovers though.
The Granger and the Minotaur. I'm sorry, it's over.
I like it. I like this.
It's over for me.
It's over. It's over.
But of course, I could definitely be proven wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. It's hard to speak in absolutes, especially in a draft.
No, but they're gonna lose.
Your team
Wow.
is picking.
No, I really like this. ONIC-PH here picking up the Granger and the Minotaur. Regardless, they can live in the early game. They
I don't
can
agree.
live in the mid game. You don't like this?
The carry is a terrible pick for me.
Oh no, I'm talking about ONIC.
Oh no, I agree with that.
The carry
I
or
think
the carry?
I think this carry.
There you go,
The carry
yes.
is a terrible pick for me. You know, I don't. If you were on ONIC-PH, that's what you want. And you know, I think the Claude would have been definitely a much better thing to pick, especially against the Lilia, against the Cho.
I think the Granger would have been better for Omega.
Yeah, that too. But
Against the Estes, right? If you can't keep the fight going, you just burst them down.
Exactly.
The carry has a very, very small window to snowball, and after that, snowball's immediately going to be summer.
Exactly. That's why. You know, you're gonna pick the carry. I don't know. Maybe I think they should have maybe just went for a double mage instead. A lot more mobility to get to the Estes. Because look, how are you gonna get to the Estes? You're not. You're not gonna get to Estes with their lineup.
And the thing is, if the carry tries to burst down the Estes, that's one hero you missed out on. He's not a core.
He's not.
He's not a core.
Let's take a cut real quick. But in the meantime, let's go to predictions real quick.
ONIC.
Sorry, that draft was like clear cut, night and day for me.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a more lopsided draft in a very, very long time.
We could still be proven
We
wrong.
are definitely, there's a very good chance we're going to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
I always think that anything can happen in Mobile Legends. We'll see if anything changes here in game number 2. Game number 2 of the second series of the day. It's 2 for 2. Will we go for 2 for 0 or will it be a game number 3? Let's find out. Dive straight into the line of dawn.
ONIC-PH, ladies and gentlemen, in the lead with 1 in this best of 3. It's Wise on that Lilia, Delar on the Cho once more. Oh my Venus on the Estes, Zico on his Minotaur, and of course it's Yakno on the Granger.
Meanwhile, inside of SGD Omega, we got Kripzu on that Grok Kenji, on that Thomas Carl Teasy, on that Selena Heat, on that Kaja and Toshinu, on that carry. And it's going to be looking pretty safe here for both of these teams. SGD Omega specifically do not want to start pushing in way too much here. But we do see a bit of a rotation here over at the top side here from the side of ONIC-PH.
Okay, look, honestly, a little bit of a scuffle here. Kripsu might go down. Does have the power of nature going to be kept alive. Sorry, the ancient gift. But here's the thing. Look at the lineup of SGD Omega. They don't have an early game. They don't have a mid game. They kind of have a late game because of the Toshi. Look how messy that is.
Yeah, what's weird here is Heath is sticking to the carry. Oh, big fight though in the jungle. Zico jumping into that bush, just checking. And here's what's crazy, right? He's able to do that with impunity. He did not get punished at all.
Yep.
He's able to just walk away like, yep, nothing happened.
Yeah, that's a normal day for us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh, up top though.
Kripzu is crying because of Iachnu.
There's nothing he can do.
He's a rock, but bullets still penetrate rock.
Second time in the past minute.
Yeah, Toshinu kind of going in for the aggressive plays there. No Divine Judgments available by Heat from Heat. That's going to be the back down from SGD Omega.
Yeah, they'll have to because they don't want to get a little bit greedy right there. But look at this turtle here. Being taken by ONIC. I don't think anyone can possibly contest this. Once again, there's a Lilia on the other side of that. That's going to be an easy retribution there.
Here's what's interesting. I think after that game 1 loss, SGD Omega became a little more conservative.
Yeah. They don't want to burn out. They don't want to get too crazy. And I think now they know that they have the advantage and the momentum. So they just want to sit back and let SGD Omega make the mistakes. The pressure is on SGD Omega.
ONIC-PH is holding the reins of SGD Omega at this point in time, which is very uncharacteristic because they never do that to themselves. They never allow other teams to take control of their game style. Right now, ONIC-PH is looking like that team.
Wow, look at this. Even taking down that red buff.
In
So
under 3 minutes.
they're really steamrolling this. And look at the map. There's nothing SGD Omega can do here. They want to get this carry fed. Carry is like the only hope here for SGD Omega.
Check it out. Yaknu just farming up what he can while Delar plays the former's game. He's just going to stay in bot and force him. He's just going to force the issue here.
Oh, nice way of the dragon. Knock up, forces the flicker out. That's enough. They're going to be falling back.
Wasted that flicker too.
Wasted the flicker. Nice disengage by SGD Omega, but this might be SGD Omega trying to go for a counter-attack here, but I don't think that's going to be the wisest thing. They're going to see Abyssal Arrow connecting onto Minotaur. The Rage is almost there, though.
I don't think they even got... Oh, they did get the crab point. But the Yaknu top lane, he's going unchecked.
This is so crazy, and all that Omar Venus has to do is make sure nobody comes in. But then again, big rotation from 6 to 12, and Delar catching himself out, just walking away. Shunpo plus Jeet Kune Do out to safety.
And the thing is with Selena, look at that.
Oh, Kenji.
Oh!
The thing with the Selena is that you have to make her work early.
It's Estes going in for the kill.
First blood!
First blood goes to Estes. Why would that happen?
Okay.
Welcome to 2019.
Okay. That just happened.
Yeah.
That just happened.
From behind 2 towers.
This is
An
insane.
Estes.
An Estes.
This is next. ONIC is next level now. And Delar's getting it out 2v1 outplay. He might actually survive this. No. Divine Judgment's going to get him out. That's going to be a kill. Not too worried about that. Turtle should be exchanged in return. Top lane tower goes down as well.
I'll take that. That's a good trade.
That's gonna be that's gonna be a trade favoring SGD Omega. Not SGD Omega, but ONIC. But out of that, that's a turret, a kill, and a turtle.
Yeah.
I'd say it favors ONIC. I'd say it favors SGD.
Oh.
But the problem is Carl TZ not able to do much on that Selena. Not hitting enough arrows. And that's the thing with Selena. She needs to snowball. She needs to be able to get momentum, but there is no momentum for Carl TZ right now.
Much like a Gushin, right? Much like a Gushin, you need to be getting those kills. You need to be at about the 5-minute mark, be at least 3-0 something.
Yeah, 2-0-2 is fine. 1-0-2 is kind of okay, but you need something.
Yeah.
I want to see more of the traps being laid out everywhere, because that's the only thing that they can do to stop ONIC from really rotating everywhere.
Yeah, there's one. You see that right there in the bottom side, but. ONIC playing so confidently. They don't look like they're going to lose anytime soon. It doesn't matter. You're going to land that arrow. It's going to be on the tank.
And Zico's just going to be fine. He's going to heal it up. No problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I said. The Selena doesn't matter because there's an Estes.
Yep. And Zico here taking a lot of damage. His Crypto spinning up and paying the price. Wise takes his head and this turret as well. You're welcome, says ONIC-PH.
Erosion just happened there onto Grok. A lot of the burst damage from ONIC-PH is because they were sticking as a team. And they were giving all their damage onto the tank. And that's a critical member being taken out outside of SGD Omega as well.
Well, now the bottom lane tower is the next target. Divine Judgment coming out. Will anything come off it? Nice flicker just to get away.
And the heal.
And the heal. That's look at it. Estes is here. Let me get you back to full HP. And the tower goes down for free as well.
Mobile fountain, dog.
My God. My God.
Zyko has Motivation Roar too, so that's an additional level of sustain.
Yeah, heals on heals.
Oh,
Exhibits like, I heard you like heals, so I put a heal in your heal.
Yeah, ONIC-PH with a partnership with Exhibit. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, and another turtle. I don't think that SGD can contest it.
Yeah, third of the game.
Third of the game, 3 in a row for ONIC-PH.
They are on point. The next thing that comes out of those dens are the Lord in about 2 minutes. So again, ONIC-PH is on fire right now. Despite just being a 2-1, they have a 6,000 gold lead.
Yeah, Carl TZ still has yet to land a crucial Abyssal Arrow. That's a very, very big question mark for me.
Again, check it out. Delar did as Yaknu did earlier, right? Check it out. No more turrets down bot.
Yeah, no more. Absolutely not. They're all gone right here. Kenji even forced back, and that's going to be a
my Venus.
Oh, my Venus finally going down. That could be the opportunity they want, but they're not going to press a little any further than that.
Might really be the opening that they have, but he...
Oh, delayed damage, taking down the Kaja.
He needs to make sure that his Divine Judgment matters.
That should have been a 1-for-1. I don't know what they were doing. Take the advantage, get out. But
they're trying to defend this. Kenji has a lot of HP. A lot of HP disappeared there. Abyssal Arrow not connecting from Carl TZ.
Nope. Yapnu hurts, man.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. He hits a point-blank Abyssal Arrow, finally. Maybe he needed that to get started.
Stuns you about 0.25 seconds. Yaknu is doing well for himself here. Just taking towers up top. He hasn't left top in a while. And the Crypto trying to start up a big fight. Swinging and missing. And he's in the middle of the members of ONIC-PH. Minoan Fury are the 2 members of SGD Omega. They are going to take down Zico. for the head of their Grok, and this is a 1-for-1 trade. It's a tank fight. Delar just distracting him enough with the Shunpos and the Jeet Kune Dos out. Is he going to survive? It looks like he is not, ladies and gentlemen, but he is. I thought he had one more flicker in.
Yeah, he did not. Not gonna get that kill as now Iaknu starts to go down the mid lane. Should be able to secure this tower here. They've bought enough space for him. Death Sonata just to force them back. And they are absolute. Look at that tower.
That golden staff from Carry is way too late in this game to even matter at this point.
Are you kidding right now how late his items are? It's crazy. It's well, he starts to hurt.
It's starting to hurt, but it's a bit too late because right now ONIC is pushing.
I wouldn't say too. I would never say too late for Carry. That's something I will never ever do.
Yeah, Carry's a late game carry, so you're gonna expect that she's gonna matter as soon as we reach the 10-minute mark, going into the 12-minute mark. That's where you should feel Carry presence, and we are feeling the presence of Carry here. 3-0 and 1 right now. Minoan Fury is not gonna happen anytime around. It's gonna be able to flicker out, but Toshino is gonna be able to secure that kill.
But at what cost? They put out so many ults on that for one dude.
Yeah, but the re-engage could be on here. Delar rotating to the bottom lane, wants to make some moves, but I don't think anyone's going to be able to be there to back him up.
That was a big objective being taken by SGD Omega. Taking down Zyko, the primary initiator here for ONIC.
I want to point out one thing. ONIC-PH known to be very, very aggressive and very, very flashy. But the score is 4-5 at 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes in, and the gold lead is almost 10,000 up, which just goes to show ONIC-PH is simply outplaying and outpositioning SGD Omega.
The versatility, I know what you mean, Ilustrado. ONIC-PH here playing quite a different role as we could expect from a young and up-and-coming team that just wants to go for the kills, go for the big team fights, and this is their game to lose right now.
Definitely, and I think they have to sort of wake up a little bit. SGD Omega, they're kind of getting there with a carry, but at the same time, for me, it's the ONIC-PH team who's able to drown them out.
There's a lot on the shoulders of Toshino, I gotta say. He got like, what, 3 or 4 kills in the past 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And sure, it's on a non-threatening heroes like Estes, maybe...
You say that, but Estes killed
the Minotaur a little bit.
Thumbs.
Yeah, but then again, compare Estes to what? Delar. Compare Estes to Iaknu, right?
Yeah.
Non-core heroes. So, again, I think for SGD Omega to get back into the game, maybe come back up to at least minimum speed to catch up, they need to get a kill on Iaknu. They need to get a kill on Wise.
A little bit of pause here, and as we sort of try to figure out what's going on, let's talk a little bit about the breakdown of the team, SGD Omega. If there's one thing they can do to get back into this Nomad, let's go to you for this one. What do you think they need to do?
They need to focus everything on keeping Carry alive, while at the same time allowing Carry to have a clear line of sight towards the threat that ONIC has.
And you have to realize, with all these fights that they've been having, none of them have been hard 5v5 fights. They've always been skirmishes. In a straight-up 5v5, this should be an ONIC wipe, no matter what. But seriously, the only good thing that's going for SGD right now is that they are picking the right fights.
Yeah, because here's the thing, though. On the side of ONIC-PH, the moment that Minotaur has a lot of rage, he's just going to dive in, go for the Minoan Fury. And that's the signal for ONIC-PH to go in and try to wipe out SGD Omega. I mentioned earlier on during the mid-game when they were able to pick off Minotaur, that was a primary objective for them because Minotaur is going to be the signal for ONIC-PH to go in for the fight. See what happened there. ONIC-PH disengaged immediately, tried to scatter around because they know that they can't go for a full-on fight there.
There are no defensive Minoan Furies for ONIC-PH. That's basically it, right? As soon as the Minoan Fury hits from Zyko, they are going to go for it as they play footsies around this Lord. It's level 1 though, 10 minutes, 30 seconds. This could still be the reason that SGD Omega could turn around if they steal this somehow.
Yeah, the Fury of Zico now gone down, charging it back up. They're already starting to work on the Lord, just trying to bait it out a little bit, buying some space for Delar, who is pushing on the top lane as finally the Endless Battle does come out for him.
Ooh. Arrow connects on the Minotaur, no follow through. So while that's happening, Delar is going to start to split push.
And look at Carrie, now picks up a Bloodlust Axe, so she's starting to pick up the pace now. It's a little bit late. She has a few items there, still wants one more, maybe two. We'll replace one of those later on, but look at that. Quick first on to Zico.
They committed the Divine Judgment, and I think they were going on this mindset that yes, Zico is who decides where the team fights happen. So again, we are going to commit the ults so that, ONIC cannot come through. So this is good for them. This buys them a lot of time. But then again, you got to watch Delar up top.
Yeah. Well, they have 15 seconds until Zico gets back. And they're not going to matter that too much. The fact is that wave was shoved way back. So that's fine. Zico's going to be able to come back into this action, and he'll be back in time for another team fight.
That's a slight opening for SGD Omega. They're not capitalizing on that. Zico's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
They're a 5-man unit, and they're just playing it safe.
Oh, that Divine Judgment connects on the Venus.
As you say that, they actually do find the Estes, probably one of the most valuable targets here, as now Wise trying to do a back and forth here. SGD Omega starting to pull this back in their favor. Could actually go their way now. Now, there's a small chance that SGD can actually turn this around for them, but they're just going to beat out that Lord as the Holy Crystal does finally come out for Carl TZ.
Meanwhile, over the top lane, it's the it's a fight among the fighters here. Cho is trying to look for an opportunity to try to go for Kenji here, or try to shove the lane, and then on occasion is poised to go for the Lord just to give a lot of space for him.
I feel like we need to see some sort of crazy play for us to break this deadlock.
Oh, Zico just keeps going for this, and he might be making the same mistake.
Oh, he does, actually.
That's another opening.
Zico just dies.
What is that? The third in a row?
Third in a row.
I don't entirely blame him because that's his job to face check those bushes. The thing is, SGD Omega is starting to predict it now, and unfortunately, no one Fury.
It looks like they're going to be trading tanks here. Kripsu is going to drop himself here. Delar responsible for that kill. And Toshinu just being up front and personal, 2 forward for a carry, and they are going to retreat. It's 4v4 now in the middle.
Yeah, now it is starting to sort of swing towards SGD Omega's way. The gold lead is still 8,000, so it's definitely still significant, but the Lord should be able to help us tell the tale a little bit better here as the crab going does go to Wise.
Now the Lord is going to be baited by ONIC to try to force a response here from SGD Omega. Meanwhile, over the top lane, it's still going to be ONIC. It's going to be the two fighters going in for the 1-on-1, but look at the damage from Granger. While that's happening though, the Lord finally showing himself onto Kenji.
Is this possible that one Death Sonata actually got them that Lord?
He did.
Oh, though, nice stun right there. Lands onto Oh My Venus. I think they can still get the Lord. I think they can still get it, but here comes Kripsu. No! It's going to be taken by Iyaknu and no one Fury. That's Iyaknu who gets the first kill. Kripsu's in trouble now in the middle of everybody, and that's Wise who gets a killing spree. That's a Death Sonata being used. Lands onto Heat. He goes down very low, but not out for the count. And that should be a 2-for-0 exchange, including a Lord. ONIC-PH finally break the deadlock.
Finally, it's a 2-for-none plus a Lord. You're welcome to ONIC-PH. They are going to be pushing down bottom here, as Lord could be marching along with them. This is going to be hard for SGD Omega to come back from, ladies and gentlemen. What was the key to that victory for ONIC-PH? What took them that win? I think it was finally Zico breaking the pattern.
Yeah, getting that pick onto that... See what happened here for me is that they got that pick onto the Grok, and once the Way of the Dragon was used, they thought there was an opening for them, not expecting Estes to heal him up fully. And then, of course, the re-engage came from ONIC, and that re-engage was way too good.
I mean, why would you not expect Estes to fool people up fully, you know?
But I think they were trying to go in before he fully healed him up.
Yeah. Even maybe kill him if they could, right?
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing for the past, 5 minutes that they've been playing around Lord's Den. But finally, after a Minoan Fury that clicks, a Minoan Fury that hits, even with a sliver of life, that's all that Zyko needed, they were able to win that trade. 2-for-none plus the Lord. I think when we come back from this break, we are going to see that bottom tower go through. Yeah. And this is going to be another chapter towards the end of SGD Omega in this best of 3.
Yeah, we'll try to find out what exactly is going on if we do take a short break. Well, not break, but like a short technical pause, rather, what I want to say. In the meantime, of course, ONIC finally breaking free. They are actually doing a little bit better this time. They have found an opening, looking to exploit that. How do you think that they can continue and end the game here? They do have Lord on their side. That's a big thing to have on your side.
Well,
literally.
It's, yeah, but...
Yay, hi.
I don't know, it's... If SGD Omega wants to come back here, they just need to make sure that they control the Lord push. They make sure that nobody's going to come near their base, but that's not going to be the case because ONIC-PH is knocking on the doors.
And they're let in.
Of SGD Omega. And they're already in. They're already in the basement here.
Yeah, look at Delar, still slowly working on that top lane push now. Middle lane should be going down any minute because look at the damage going down for it. They don't want to fight without Carl TZ. It's going to take an arrow and a miracle for them to save themselves here.
Kenji taking a lot of damage right in the middle. 4-man Minoan Fury by Psycho. He is going to drop 2 members. Iaknu taking it. I think they're just going to go for the core, ladies and gentlemen. 3 members for SCD Omega down. Core, says Delar. And that is going to be 2-0 for ONIC-PH.
ONIC-PH, wow, what another show from them. Showing so much restraint. They're doing so much better than we thought that they would. Going all the way here, and they're definitely here to play. Taking down the bosses of each game one by one. It's like a Dark Souls game. They're just progressing through it.
I mean, they could just steamroll through every big boss if they have the skills, and it looks like ONIC-PH has the skills here, but that's completely, totally uncharacteristic from SGD Omega. ONIC-PH were taking the reins away from them.
What I love about ONIC-PH is the fact that they can play fast, they can play aggressive, and they can play like this. They can play intelligent, they can play slow, they can play smart.
This was more of a fight from SGD Omega than game 1, I gotta say. This was more of a fight despite it going much shorter, right? This was what, under 12 minutes? The first game, what, went 15? But I think here they had really a good moment. That long 5 minutes at Lord Spit. If they were able to make that pattern happen, maybe one more time, they could have gone for the victory.
I'm going to agree with you, but at the end of the day, I think it was an outplay in the sense that it was a slow burn. Kind of like you just simply outsmarted them. And that's a really, really frustrating thing to happen because you know you didn't lose because they were better than you. You lost because you got outsmarted. And that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, that's a huge room of improvement. There's still a huge room for improvement here for SGD Omega. They're not looking like the SGD Omega that we know from the previous season and previous seasons. And I feel like this is just a start. This is week number 2. It's still doable for SGD Omega to come back into the middle spot, probably the top spot. But as we say that, ONIC-PH is looking like they're going to be the next contenders here.
I think they're just getting better and better. The last match they had was against EVOS-PH, right? They had 1 loss there. They went 3 games. Today, I think they need to go to dinner. They're finishing up 0-2.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to be happy with their performance. And you can see the looks on their faces. We can see them from here. These young guns, these kids, they're just so happy to be here, and every time they win, it's very inspiring. I always like to see sort of new talent rising. It just goes to show that the scene is growing stronger and stronger. But of course, now let's talk about the other side. Break it down just a tiny bit for SGD. What exactly went wrong here?
SGD Omega, they took a long time to go online here, especially carry. It really took a long time, but I'm going to agree with you on multiple points here. 1, it was the draft. That Selena pick was questionable at best. Because Selena, sure, if the arrows were connecting onto the right people, and if they were connecting at all, it's the same case as the Franco. On paper, it could have worked. But all the hooks, all the arrows were not connecting, and they were the hooks and arrows that mattered the most. The next CC that they have here for SGD Omega is going to be the Divine Judgment. That's just going to be one person. Sure, they got Grok, yeah, sure, but that's not much of CC. That's just area denial. Where ONIC-PH shines there is they have the Minotaur to go for the Minoan Fury, which we see right there. That was a 4-man Minoan Fury going to the end. They also have Cho, which can go for the Way of the Dragon that can catch anybody off guard. At the end of the day, it's just SGD Omega having the right mindset, not having to be able to translate that.
I just got to comment on their draft. Game 1, I mean, sure, as a disclaimer, as a broadcaster, hindsight is 20/20, right? It's perfect. But then again, after game 1, game 2, it seemed like ONIC-PH was dictating the match. They were dictating where SGD Omega could go. And it seemed like SGD Omega were drafting an old meta.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like they're drafting and they're playing and they're picking for a different team. Because it feels like ONIC-PH were definitely one step above, and it feels like the other way. It didn't feel like the other way around for the team. For ONIC-PH, because ONIC-PH, they looked comfortable. And it felt like SGD Omega were trying to grasp and trying to get back at them, but they weren't able to reach that, right? And rather unfortunate. But in the meantime, of course, I think we're ready to take a short break, and let's go back when we return. It's gonna be the 3rd series of the day, and I'm so excited for that one. We'll be joining you for that later. In the meantime, of course, we'll introduce ourselves for one more time. I'm Ilustrado.
And I'm Leo.
And I am Nomad. Don't touch that browser. More Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Season 4 action will be coming right back at you.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Yeah? Double kill! Impossible! 出ておいで、僕の炎。はい、死んでください。Legendary!
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
俺一人で十分だ。
Let's play together. You have slain an enemy. Godlike. Mega kill. You have slain an enemy. Triple kill. Keep coming. Legendary. Our turret is legendary. Double kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出番だよ。
The dance of the swans is so graceful and charming.
One. Double kill. Triple kill. One. Legendary. Double kill. Triple kill.
Don't ask me why
One.
I
Godlike. Double kill.
have you ever seen the
Legendary. Triple kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出ておいで、僕の炎。
俺一人で十分だ。
いずれみんな死ぬんですよ。出番だよ。
やるぞ。
Yeah? Double kill. Impossible. 出ておいで、僕の炎。はい、死んでください。Legendary.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
俺一人で十分だ。
Let's play together. Victory is cold. You have slain an enemy. Godlike. Mega kill. You have slain an enemy. Triple kill. Keep coming. Legendary.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出番だよ。
The dance of the swans is so graceful and charming.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出ておいで、僕の炎。
俺一人で十分だ。
いずれみんな死ぬんですよ。出番だよ。
やるぞ。
引きや、ダブルキル。Impossible。出ておいで、僕の炎。はい、死んでください。Legendary。
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
俺一人で十分だ。
Let's play together. You have slain an enemy. Godlike. Mega kill. You have slain an enemy. Triple kill. Keep coming. Legendary. Our turret is legendary. Double kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出番だよ。
The dance of the swans is so graceful and charming.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出ておいで、僕の炎。
俺一人で十分だ。
いずれみんな死ぬんですよ。出番だよ。
やるさし。
いや、double kill. Impossible. 出ておいで、僕の炎。はい、死んでください。Legendary.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
俺一人で十分だ。
Let's play together. You have slain an enemy. Godlike. Mega kill. You have slain an enemy. Double kill. You're coming. Legendary. Our turret is legendary. Double kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出番だよ。
The dance of the swans is so graceful and charming.
Triple kill. Legendary. Double kill. Triple kill.
Don't ask me why I know this.
Godlike. Double kill.
Have you ever seen the
Legendary. Triple kill.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
出ておいで、僕の炎。
俺一人で十分だ。
いずれみんな死ぬんですよ。出番だよ。
やるさし。
いや、 出ておいで僕の炎。はい死んでください。 Legendary!
Download for free Mobilelegends Bang Bang.
俺一人で十分だ。
Let's play together. Victory is home. You have slain an enemy. Godlike. Mega kill. You have slain an enemy. Double kill. Keep coming. Legendary. Our turret is legendary. Double kill.
Download for free Mobilelegends Bang Bang.
出番だよ。
The dance of the swans is so graceful and charming.